Microphone checkup. Swinging for a lecture. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. Hello, hello. There we go. I hate when you set up a stream, everything is working, and then as soon as you go on, the whole thing breaks. Literally, as soon as I got on, the entire OBS broke. That's crazy work. All right, let's try this again. It is State of Play Day, ponies. We got a lot of news to go over before the event starts. Some leaks. I saw some stuff going around. I made a video already going over the leaks, what I thought was more reliable. So I'm going to pull up the old Microsoft file, well, Google Doc, and we're going to go over what games we're expecting to see, and we'll do like a final predictions, and that'll be how we pass the time leading up to the actual State of Play. Appreciate everyone. What's up, No Cap, Spider Kayla? Yep, glad I didn't have to throw this microphone across the room. But I feel like I definitely need a new camera, because the camera was breaking before I got on. So then I fixed the camera, and then the microphone just randomly stopped working. It's always something. Okay, so I got right here a pool of games that we could potentially see at the State of Play. This is a pool of games. So we're obviously not going to see all these games. It is a 30+ minute event. They said they're going to do at least 14 updates for PS5 and PSVR 2 games. So that definitely narrows it down a bit. I'm your favorite. Appreciate you, X. Rest in peace. We'll be shocked if we get DLC news at Summer Game Fest. Yeah, keep that in mind. This is not a PlayStation showcase. PlayStation is going to be at Summer Game Fest. So certain big reveals, if they don't happen here, you can expect them later on. You have Summer Game Fest, you have Gamescom, Opening Night Live, you've even got Comic-Con, and then there's always the possibility of a proper PlayStation showcase later in the year. But for now, looks like we're getting some pretty decent games potentially. So we had some leaks. The one leak that I'm taking seriously is definitely Nick. Even though he is not on the level of Jeff Grubb, because he folded when Jeff Grubb stood his ground and said, "Nope, the PlayStation event is happening this month." Nick folded and said, "I don't know, maybe everyone confused it with this corporate event. I don't know, maybe there is no." Jeff Grubb held his ground. Nick backpedaled, so we give Jeff Grubb the edge there over Nick. But usually Nick is reliable, especially when it comes to showcases, because he has a reliable source that will send him some stuff. So once again, if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out on the channel. It's my newest video, but we're going to go over it right now. So we got, this is the pool of potential games. We're going to go over them real quick. So for live service games, we got Concord and Fair Games. Concord, we can pretty much guarantee that one. I knew that one beforehand. Nick included that on his list as well. Concord is the latest live service game from Sony. It's looks like some kind of space related game, sci-fi. We got a teaser trailer for it at the showcase last year. It's supposed to be releasing later this year, so they definitely have to do some kind of showcase for it, and I think that's going to be the state of play. And then we got under that, we got Fair Games. This was also shown off last year. It's another live service. This one is a heist one. Definitely less interested in this one. It's getting pretty roasted in the comments section. It definitely looks very much like Gen Z bait. It basically looks like a Saints Row as a live service heist shooter. So the bad Saints Row, not the good one. So I don't know about that one. But Concord at least is interesting to me. It's got, as soon as I heard Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, okay, you have my attention. So hopefully that one's good. What's up, Mikey? How you doing? You're downloading Marvel Spider-Man 2. You should never uninstall Spider-Man 2. Keep that up there. When companies have been showing things recently, your expectations quite low. Summer Game Fest, indeed. PC ports. This was also on Nick's list. God of War Ragnarok. All you PC enjoyers are going to get another God of War. God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC. That announcement is supposed to be happening today as well. Enjoy that. Always nice to see more people getting to enjoy the greatness that PlayStation players get to experience all the time. Sony did say they're still going to be doing delayed releases when it comes to their big PlayStation games, because they still want to get PC players to move to PlayStation or pick up a PlayStation. But for other games, mostly looks like it's going to be their live service multiplayer games. They're going to be doing PC and PlayStation 5 same day. But for your God of Wars, your Spider-Mans, that sort of thing, they're going to have those delayed. So you're going to have the PS5 exclusive launch and then later the PC port for now. Remember for Dallas tonight? Absolutely. I want Luka and Kyrie to go and knock off the Celtics. That Venom game better not exist. I'm pretty sure it does. What's up, Great Biscuits? We expecting Ghost of Tsushima 2? Realistically, probably not. We could also see The Last of Us 2 remastered for PC, but God of War Ragnarok PC definitely like is going to happen. In terms of the world premieres, you know, potentially Ghost of Tsushima 2, the new Astro Bot game, I'm pretty sure that's locked in. And some Horizon is potentially possible as well. Ghost of Tsushima 2, I'm considering that a long shot. Horizon, I think there's a decent chance. There's a lot of Horizon projects, and I think there's a good chance we get at least one of them. There's 5 Horizon games coming out. You got the Lego Horizon, there's a multiplayer Horizon, MMO, there's Horizon 3, and there's supposed to be a remaster or a remake of Zero Dawn. In terms of DLC, Final Shape unfortunately got leaked today. Literally, people were able to play it and I get it early, so that's cooked. So maybe we won't see any Final Shape, but Spider-Man 2, that's what probably most people in chat are going to be looking for. Spider-Man 2 has DLC reportedly planned. Unfortunately, some of that leaked, but we are hoping for a Spider-Man 2 DLC reveal. It should be noted Insomniac does things on their own time. Like, people thought they were going to announce the New Game Plus update at a couple of the State of Plays they had earlier this year, and instead Insomniac waited, I think in one case they waited the day after a State of Play happened to do the New Game Plus announcement, something crazy like that. So Insomniac is basically working on their own schedule. But the DLC is expected to be revealed at some point. You've been up all night? Oh, definitely get some sleep. I've been not getting sleep waiting for this announcement. Now that it's here, I've been catching up on all of the sleep, and it's been great. Sleep is amazing. I highly recommend it. Yeah, for the remake remasters, we got Silent Hill 2. I don't know if they're going to dedicate too much time to Silent Hill 2, because they're literally having a Silent Hill 2 showcase right after the State of Play. There's going to be a Silent Hill 2 transmission on their YouTube channel. So I don't know if they go too much into Silent Hill 2. Maybe just mention, hey, stay tuned after the State of Play. There's a Silent Hill thing. I think that's more likely how that plays out. In terms of Horizon Zero Dawn, we went over that. Until Dawn, I believe that was on Nick's list. They're doing a remake. The original, I believe, came out in 2015. They're doing a remake of Until Dawn. That's suspected. Snake Eater, we could get an update on. We saw that at the showcase last year. I think we get a little update on that potentially. If there is a Spider-Man 2 DLC announcement, it's definitely going to be a release date, not the actual game coming up, not the actual DLC being available. The closest Sony came to doing something like that was the God of War Valhalla DLC reveal, and even that was a week away. There's no way they're going to surprise drop the DLC today. That's just not happening. Demo-wise, though, we could get Phantom Blade Zero. Now, I know Phantom Blade Zero is going to be at Summer Game Fest. I don't know if they're going to do something today as well, but Phantom Blade Zero has an anime coming out, and it has a demo that's coming out as well that they're going to be releasing for free. So look out for Phantom Blade Zero. What's up, Eastwood? Everybody's YouTube, appreciate you. Now, everyone's favorite part of the show is going to be PSVR 2. I know everyone's been telling me, Sadot, I cannot wait for the State of Play because I want to know what's going on with the PlayStation VR 2. I need to know all of the PlayStation VR 2 games that are coming out. I don't care about Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine. I don't care about none of that. I want to know about PlayStation VR 2, and we got you covered. So, according to Nick, Aliens VR is going to get revealed at the State of Play. And I tracked down a list of other potential PlayStation VR 2 titles that we could see. Unfortunately, PlayStation VR 2 is pretty much non-existent in the market. It's doing pretty badly, particularly compared to Zuckerberg and the Quest 3, but they're still churning out those PlayStation VR 2 titles nonetheless. But this is the potential list. According to Nick, we're getting Aliens VR. We also have Behemoth, which I think might not happen because that game got a big delay, so maybe they don't talk about that. There's Metro Awakening, Lo-Fi, Sushi Ben, Aces of Thunder, and Wander the Fragments of Fate. You can see any number of those pop up for the PSVR 2 section of the show. And now for the third-party stuff, there's Monster Hunter Wilds, Where Winds Meet, and Marvel Rivals. Now, Monster Hunter Wilds and Where Winds Meet, that was on Nick's list. So those seem to be locked in because Nick is pretty reliable with his leaks. And Marvel Rivals, I've heard from enough reliable sources that there's going to be a Marvel Rivals thing. I think it's going to be the console announcement. I think they're going to be confirming Marvel Rivals is coming to console today. I know they're going to be doing stuff at Summer Game Fest for Marvel Rivals as well. That might be for the new beta, but today Marvel Rivals is apparently going to be doing some things, and I think it's going to be the console reveal. So look out for that. Definitely, and it might be the same for Where Winds Meet, which is also made by NetEase. That game was revealed a couple times. I covered it on the channel as well. That game was just for PC at first, but it's expected to come to console as well. And so maybe we get like a dual announcement. Where Winds Meet, Marvel Rivals coming to console, which would be dope for real. Your opinion, when you think we'll ever get an update for Iron Man, Black Panther, or Captain America, the other Marvel games? That's definitely a Summer Game Fest or Gamescom or a Game Awards type of thing. That's definitely a Jeff Keighley reveal. I think for Summer Game Fest, that's where we could see Iron Man. That's where we could see Wonder Woman. You know, some of those other superhero games that we've been waiting for updates on. Is PS Plus worth rebuying? I mean, I always use PlayStation Plus, you know, for the online stuff, because I play several live service games, and the libraries tends to be pretty good. I've gotten some dope games from the PlayStation Plus library, so I'm fine with the deal. Now, I'm going to do a final prediction. So I'm going to do this prediction based on what I think and what has been leaked so far from Nick's list. All right, so Nick said Concord, Until Dawn, new Astro Bot game, Where Winds Meet, Alien VR, God of War Ragnarok PC, and Monster Hunter Wilds. So that's 7, and from everything I'm hearing, Marvel Rivals is definitely going to be there. So Marvel Rivals makes 8. So based on the leaks that I consider reliable, these are 8 of the 14. Please, Astro Bot game, not a PSVR 2 exclusive. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Wow, that you didn't put Marvel's Avengers 3. That's going to be a Summer Game Fest reveal. Not the state of play. 14, yeah. So in the tweet that Sony put out for the state of play, they said 14 updates for PS5 and PSVR 2 titles. Updates. It's been a day of leaks. Yeah, people were concerned that the Elden Ring expansion leaked. I know the Destiny 2 final shape definitely leaked. I know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is confirmed Summer Game Fest. What else we got? Let me see if anything else. Nothing so far. Nothing I consider reliable, at least. Think we'll see Horizon Remaster. Where can we watch it? Right here. Do you think Spider-Man 2 DLC will be announced? I think that is. So I'm trying to decide what's going to be my final my finalist. So I'm pretty confident with this 8 right here. Now looking at this, I think there's definitely going to be more than one PlayStation VR game. So I'm gonna go Wanderer, Fragments of Fate, and Sushi Ben. That will give us 1, 2. That will give us 3 PlayStation VR 2 games. I do think we're going to see fair games. Because they said PlayStation Studio games coming out later this year. And they definitely want to push that live service. So I'm gonna go fair games there. I haven't heard anything Horizon related yet, which would surprise me if they didn't have anything Horizon related. But I guess it's definitely possible. They might want to save that for a showcase. But this might be obvious, but I'm gonna go Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, then I'm gonna believe in Phantom Blade Zero. I'm gonna reach for it. Phantom Blade Zero demo. Spider-Man 2 DLC. All right, those are my final predictions for the state of play. Honorable mention to Silent Hill 2 because it's getting its own showcase right after the state of play ends. Can we do a side-by-side of last year's predictions? What, for the PlayStation Showcase? I don't think I have those. I'm trying to remember. I know I did some kind of list. I was definitely right about Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, and the Spider-Man 2 gameplay demo. I remember that one. Fair Games is basically it's a live service heist shooter for the Gen Z generation. For Gen Z, imagine if you've ever played Payday 3 or any of the Payday games. Imagine that, but with TikTokers. That's pretty much that. That's the point of the last remake. So those are going to be PC. So the Last of Us Remastered is going to be coming to PC. Ragnarok's coming to PC. And then remakes are just, there's good business. There is a lot of people who are requesting remakes for different games now that the technology is much better. Remasters seem, less interesting to me, but like an actual proper remakes, there's definitely a big market for that. So companies have been taken advantage of. Obviously, Capcom had a lot of success with their Resident Evil remake, and Sony is going big in Horizon. So we can definitely, I feel like they would more likely remaster Horizon than remake it with the latest hardware. You don't think Astro Bot is going to be there? It's right there. Number 3. Any chance they'll show Uncharted 5? Zero chance. 0% chance. Unfortunately. Horizon Zero Dawn looks good. Yeah, it looks great. Like, that's why I think it might be a little early, in my opinion, to do a remake of Horizon Zero Dawn, because it hasn't been that long since it came out, and the graphics still look great. So maybe like a remaster, just to be like, okay, well, we'll spice up a little bit more. But it definitely feels like it doesn't need too much. Resident Evil 9, I'm putting a lot of doubt on Resident Evil 9. I don't believe it. Not at the state of play. Do I think they would show Marvel's Wolverine gameplay? No. Not at the state of play, realistically. I think what's going to happen is Sony is going to have some cool stuff here at the state of play. They're going to save some stuff for Summer Game Fest. And then maybe they have a showcase like in the fall. Like, if we don't see any Horizon stuff at either the state of play or Summer Game Fest, I think they're definitely doing an actual showcase later in the year. And they're going to have more stuff there. Craig, what up? Lots of love in India. Shout out to India. Needs something from Naughty Dog. Unfortunately, Naughty Dog doesn't really have anything that would make sense of the state of play. That's why I think they will probably have a showcase later in the year, because Naughty Dog is working on several IPs, but The Last of Us 3 isn't coming out until like the PlayStation 6 comes out. They have a new IP they're working on, but yeah, I think more likely we're going to wait on Naughty Dog. I think if we don't see any of the big first party stuff today or at Summer Game Fest, they're gonna have another showcase, and that's when they're gonna have like Horizon, a big Horizon showcase. They're gonna have Ghost of Tsushima 2. They're gonna have a tease of what Naughty Dog is working on. They're gonna have a tease of what Santa Monica is working on. That, to me, that makes more sense. And Wuthering Waves, that's already out. That just came out. What would they have for Wuthering Waves? PS6 reveal. PS5 Pro. That's why I think there's going to be another showcase. I think they're going to definitely show off the PS5 Pro, because we know that's coming out this year. So it would make sense. You have a state of play kind of lead into the Summer Game Fest season. Give people some cool stuff. Then you go give them a little more at Summer Game Fest. Then you have a PlayStation showcase in like the fall, and that's when you show off. Okay, this is all the Horizon stuff. This is the Ghost of Tsushima 2. This is the PlayStation 5 Pro. To me, that makes sense. Did I like Peter Parker's character in Spider-Man 2? Yeah, he's similar to Peter Parker and Spider-Man and all the other ones with Yuri, just except the symbiote part, which is also fun. What games I'm currently playing? I'm trying to make it through my backlog. It's bad. I keep going back to Helldivers, NBA 2K, my GM. I just got Mortals of Avian. I still got to finish Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus playthrough. I got Hi-Fi Rush on PS5. I still got to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm in the secret end game of Dragon's Dogma 2. Haven't finished that yet. I've got too many games that I need to finish. I have no interest in Destiny 2. I downloaded it just because like all the stuff is in the PlayStation library, but I'm not in a hurry to jump in on it. Are you crazy if you reinstall Avengers? Not at all. I uninstalled it. I just leave it there. New Marvel game reveal. I don't know if it's a new game, but Marvel Rivals is supposed to be getting a console reveal. They'll show the Wolverine trailer. So if they do the Summer Game Fest, so if they do the PlayStation Showcase later in the year, that's when I think we'll get more of that. Like something new from Naughty Dog, Ghost of Tsushima 2, all the Horizon stuff, PlayStation 5 Pro, Marvel's Venom, maybe Marvel's Wolverine. That's where I think they would do more of that if they're going to do a PlayStation Showcase later in the year. But I'm not expecting anything like that realistically at the State of Play. I think they're going to have some cool announcements, and I feel like the list is going to look something like this. I'm confident in the first 8. Realistically, I'm very confident in the first 11. I'm super confident in the first 11. I think the first 8 are guaranteed. Very confident in 9 through 12. And then 13 and 14 are more, I think are maybe more like 50-50. Avengers 2. I feel bad for people who actually think we're getting an Avengers 2. Like sometimes people troll on Twitter and like people actually take it seriously. I'm like, bruh, we are never getting an Avengers 2. It's never happening. Showcase time is on the screen. That is the countdown for now. Ultimate Alliance 4. Ooh. You miss Infamous. Now we're talking. Infamous and Sly Cooper. Now we're talking. I know Sucker Punch is busy with Ghost of Tsushima 2, but I would love a new Infamous game. Or Sly Cooper. What's up, James? Avengers had a decent story too. It wasn't bad, especially the first couple DLC. And the main campaign is just the live service game around it was terrible. They used the wrong engine. It was a mess. Avengers being made in Unreal Engine is like one of the all-time what-ifs. Web of Shadows remaster. Any news about Wolverine? None so far. Any potential big surprises? Probably not. I mean, 8 of the games leaked already. And like look at my list. There's a possibility we'll have like some stuff that surprise, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be the list. I'm sure if you're not, on Twitter, you haven't been following any of the rumors or whatever, everything will be a surprise. Give a shout out to Sparking Zero. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier already. They're going to be at Summer Game Fest, and I heard they're going to have a demo in July at this jump event. So I'm pretty sure Sparking Zero is coming out like October, is what I'm hearing. Cannot wait to play. Alien VR would be good. Maybe. I've not even considered. Like, I like the idea of PlayStation VR. Kinda. I don't know. It's definitely inherently limiting to have a VR thing that's like completely tied to a console. And then the price point on top of that, I was just like, no. I'm not finna pay $500 for a PSVR 2. I can just take that money and get a Quest 3. Like, no way. Like, if the PlayStation VR 2 was like $200, I would have definitely copped it. If that was a launch price for the PSVR 2, I would definitely copped it. I feel like 200 is like a fair 200, 250, like a fair entry point. That's anything else beyond that that's too much for me to justify. Like, I'm not interested in that. PS6 needs to come now. That's way too. That's way too soon. I covered the first sentence already on the channel. I had a lot of fun in the beta. I didn't play in the closed tests because I'm not on PC. they recently had a test. They recently had a technical test, and I'm hearing not great things about the monetization, which is a concern. Hopefully it's good by the time the full game comes out, because that's the one thing I was especially concerned about. The game was definitely fun. You know, I thought they could have definitely improved on like the mission design, the enemy AI, but the core game I enjoyed. But yeah, the monetization is definitely where things could go off. Like it definitely get a little spooky once you start getting into the gotcha stuff. Five Nights at Freddy game. Damn it. Like the only leak that I'm taking seriously right now is the Marvel Rivals stuff and the list that Nick leaked. If it's from like a random Twitter account with like 500 followers, I'm gonna be skeptical on that. I feel like a lot of those channels basically just repeat what other leakers have said and speculated on, make some educated guesses, and then celebrate when they get something right, and then hide their tweets when they get stuff wrong. Like, I prefer like reliable insiders that have like a stable track record of giving interesting info. God Destruction top. Oh yes, yeah. Spark is, yeah. Dragon Ball Z Spark is Zero is going to have everybody's going to be in that game. I saw K-Flip earlier. I live stream all the events, even Xbox, even the Xbox showcase. Ultra Ego Vegeta. I'm sure Vegeta and Moro would definitely be in the game. You think Jurassic Park Survival? I don't think so. Maybe. It's definitely worth being in the pool, but I don't know about that. It's definitely possible though. Here's what we need. Not today. A great X-Men game. There is an X-Men game in development. Legacy of Kain remake, reboot. That'd be interesting. A new Bond game. I wouldn't say no to a Bond game. It's been quite a while since 007 GoldenEye on the N64. I'll cover Terminator Survivors. We'll see. Feel like they will have the other Vegeta form as a substitute for Ego. I think they're going to pack as many Dragon Ball Z characters as they can fit onto that roster. I think the launch roster is going to have nearly everybody, and the ones that aren't on the launch roster are going to be added as DLC later on. Like, I think they're going to have everybody on that game. The Five Nights at Freddy YouTube is doing an interview with the people making the game tomorrow. Maybe a post-trailer drop interview. Maybe. Honestly, I don't care about Five Nights at Freddy at all. I haven't seen the movie. I didn't play any of the games. I just know that it's got a very a loyal community with interesting tastes. No Wonder Woman at a State of Play? Definitely not. That's definitely a Summer Game Fest type of thing. I think Summer Game Fest is going to be pretty crazy. There's a lot of stuff. There's stuff I can't talk about, but there's a lot of interesting stuff popping off potentially at Summer Game Fest. Channel's growing. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I know. So far for Summer Game Fest, from what I'm allowed to say that I know is going to be there, there's Sparking Zero. There's going to be like a Sparking Zero thing for Dragon Ball. I know there's going to be Marvel Rivals stuff. I'm pretty sure Phantom Blade Zero stuff. They already confirmed Arkham Shadows. I think they're going to. I think we see Wonder Woman. I think we finally get a Wonder Woman update. Maybe Iron Man as well. Monolith Productions is doing Wonder Woman. They did the Shadow of Mordor game. They're the ones that got the Nemesis system. They're putting that in the Wonder Woman game. I feel like Wonder Woman is definitely overdue. We got some decent info on it. There's like a ton of work being done on the Wonder Woman game. They even have W Games Montreal working as a support studio to help get Wonder Woman, together faster. I think they're going to be ready to show that one off. I think Jeff Keighley is going to get that one. Not God of War Ragnarok on PC, you just bought it on PS5. Why do you care? Do you have a PC? Even then, does it matter? It's like the same price. If you already had a PC, what difference does it make? If you bought God of War Ragnarok, congrats, you have it on PS5. It's great. And then when it comes out on PC, it'll be on PC. The same game. You'll just be able to get higher FPS if you crank your settings, assuming your PC can handle higher settings. If you haven't played it yet, you can just return it. Like, if you haven't actually played it, Sony will give you a refund if you'd rather just have it on PC. That's the one thing Sony's refund policy still apply for, I think. I think if you don't download it, or if you haven't played it yet, they'll let you refund it. After that, it gets spooky. You think we'll get news about BO6 at the State of Play? Probably not. Killzone? Definitely don't think so. Ghost of Tsushima 2, I think is going to either be at... If Ghost of Tsushima 2 isn't at the State of Play, I think they're going to save it for a showcase later in the year. If it's not, I feel like a Ghost of Tsushima 2 is something they would save for a PlayStation showcase. Not even a Summer Game Fest. So I would expect, if it's not the State of Play, Sony will have a PlayStation showcase later in the year. And that's where we'll get a PS5 Pro reveal and everything. What's up, Buttercup? Don't think we should get our hopes up too high. Never get your hopes up too high. Remember what MJ said in the MCU. If you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed. I'm fairly confident. I'm pretty confident, though, actually, with most of this list. So I think we get something like this. The only things on this list I think we might realistically not get are Phantom Blade and Spider-Man. But the rest of the list, I'm super confident in. I wouldn't be surprised if Insomniac announced the Spider-Man 2 DLC tomorrow. Just like, that's exactly what they did with the New Game Plus update. Wolverine looked almost finished. Nah, that was a pre-alpha build. I can tell that that game was nowhere near finished. Still looked good, considering the state it was in, but it was not even close to done. That was definitely pre-alpha footage. Like, Wolverine's going to look way better in the retail version. Marvel Spider-Man 2 DLC Carnage, Beetle. I think that's going to be rolled out. Metal Gear Remake today. I think Metal Gear Remake for sure is a very high candidate. We know Silent Hill 2 is definitely going to be there. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to mention it in the state of play beyond just to say, hey, there's a Silent Hill event happening right after this. Go watch it. But yeah, we know we're getting a Silent Hill 2 showcase today, separately. Put 200 plus hours into Spider-Man 2. Sheesh. Can't wait for the DLC. Astro Bot 2 is open world. Yep. Do I think I'll play Silent Hill 2 when it releases? We'll see. If Sony sends me a copy, I'll definitely play it. It's been a while since I played Silent Hill. You know, they messed up Arkham Batman. As far as I know, Arkham Batman is perfectly fine. What about an open world Astro Bot? Yeah, from what I've heard, they're going to announce a big, more ambitious Astro Bot game as a follow-up. That seems to be pretty much guaranteed, locked in. We're getting that announcement today. I don't think if Spider-Man 2 DLC is announced that it will be playable today. I don't think there's any chance of that happening. But I expect a release date for that. Shout out to you. Gotta watch the boring IGN stream. Yeah, we don't support IGN on this channel. Don't care about Astro Bot 2 is short, just one other one. Am I sponsored by Sony? No. I'm just a friend of Sony. So they send me free stuff sometimes. Early. For promotional reasons. They don't give me money, just free stuff. The only thing I'm expecting God of War related is the PC port for Ragnarok. That's it. I'm not expecting anything else but Ragnarok's PC announcement. I think they're going to do the Superior Spider-Man. I don't think they go that route now. They're definitely teasing it, but I think they avoid the Superior Spider-Man storyline. Why do you think Marvel Rivals? I've been told by very reliable sources, I'll just say that, I'll leave it there, that Marvel Rivals is doing a thing today. We'll leave it at that. Do I think God of War 6 will ever happen? Yeah, probably. The franchise is still popular. I know Santa Monica is probably working on it as we speak. They have different games in development. New Blade. Blade is the Xbox PC right now. They haven't officially announced what it's going to be. We know that Microsoft is no longer sticking with the exclusives. They're doing more PlayStation ports. But if we got a Marvel's Blade update, it would be at Summer Game Fest or the Xbox Showcase. It would not be at the State of Play. Yeah, it would be at Xbox Showcase, Summer Game Fest, or Gamescom Open Night Live, or the Game Awards. It would not be at a PlayStation event. Definitely feels too early for Xbox to say, hey, by the way, this is coming to PlayStation. Like, they've already got enough bad press. They'll give us an update. You know, say, hey, this is what we're doing, but I don't think they're going to reveal that. Realistically, I don't think we're getting a Blade update for the rest of the year. But Venom, I've been wanting a Venom game for a while, so a Venom game made by Insomniac is definitely a W all around. Make it happen. Are you releasing Marvel Rivals soon? No. But they're going to have another beta. And it is expected to get a console reveal. Rise of Hydra, that definitely feels like a Jeff Keighley thing. That feels very much like a Jeff Keighley reveal. Same with the Ninja Turtles game, Rise of the Ronin, Last Ronin. I was hoping, you know, the game was alive. It seems like it is for now. I know the CEO of Black Forest Games seemed to imply that the game wasn't shut down yet, even though they lost 50% of their studio because of the embracing. But he said, I don't hear no bell, so if we do get our Last Ronin update, it'll probably be another Jeff Keighley thing. Or they'll do it like independently. Or at the THQ Nordic showcase. That's the last time they showed something. THQ Nordic, that actually makes more sense. Rather than do a Jeff Keighley thing, if THQ Nordic has another showcase, it'll probably be there. I don't think Insomniac should make every Marvel game. I know Insomniac is capable of making a Marvel game for pretty much anybody, but I would rather someone else make a Hulk game. Give someone else a chance to make a Marvel game. To be honest, this year feels like Xbox is going to take the win. COD, Indie, Stalker 2. So far, that's not the case so far. We'll see how. I mean, COD is not an Xbox game, even though they bought Activision Blizzard. It's still on PlayStation. No one really considers COD an Xbox game. No one ever probably will. The prestige Xbox game so far was Hellblade 2, and that hasn't hit. We're still waiting for more. We'll see how well Avowed and Stalker and Indiana Jones do, but PlayStation got a pretty big win with Helldivers 2. And Stellar Blade, of course. And then if they have Spider-Man 2 DLC on top of that, that would be pretty crazy. And then we'll see if Concord is any good. Silent Hill 2 as well. Wonder if Metal Gear is coming out this year too. Any Marvel's game not coming from Insomniac? I have doubt. I would love to see Sucker Punch's take on a Hulk game. I thought they did a really good job with Infamous, with the open world destructible city for a superhero. I would love to see their take on a Hulk game. COD is an Xbox game. COD is a multi-platform game. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to break it to you. COD is a multi-platform game. Pretty sure most of the players are on PlayStation. Would I want a Doctor Strange game? Why wouldn't I? I feel like everyone would want a Doctor Strange game. Or they should. In fact, I think I'm actually supposed to be playing that Doctor Strange game in Immortals of Avian. That's basically a Doctor Strange game, but in first person. Control is, I think, the closest we got into like what could be a third person Doctor Strange game in recent years. Love Control. Control is awesome. I'm looking forward to Control too. Bloodborne is never happening. At this point, I'm convinced we're never getting another Bloodborne. Can I make videos about what anime games could have been? I have no idea what that means. A Daredevil game. I'm waiting for that reveal. I feel like a Daredevil game is coming. Excited for Kingdom Hearts? I'm not a Kingdom Hearts enjoyer. I've not played a single Kingdom Hearts game. I went with Final Fantasy in my youth instead of Kingdom Hearts. Never touched it. How's my day? Not bad. How's your day? A Moon Knight game that plays like Assassin's Creed. What, bloated open world with microtransactions? Had to do it. A new Deadpool will be fire. I don't know. I feel like the last Deadpool game was such a classic. I don't know who I would trust to do a proper Deadpool game. I think in general, I want to see more superhero games from characters that haven't really gotten a chance lately. Like, yeah, we love Spider-Man, we love Batman, that's fine. But I want to see some other characters get some shine. You know, we're getting Iron Man, we're getting Black Panther twice. We're getting Captain America. We're getting Blade finally. I want to see some other heroes get some shine. You know, give me Superman, of course, but give me Constantine, give me Flash. Ghost Rider. Something, Daredevil. Somebody that we haven't seen or haven't gotten in a while. A Teen Titans game. Even a Young Justice game. Give us some more. Give us a little more than the usual people. Punisher. I don't know how I feel about Punisher games. I feel like if you do a Punisher game, they got to go crazy with like the villains and everything. Because it wouldn't feel like a superhero game otherwise. It would just feel like a shooter, like a third-person shooter or whatever. Like, wouldn't feel like a superhero game. Like, they'd have to go crazy on the villains and everything. In the cameos. Like, I would rather have a Hawkeye or a Green Arrow game, or even a Black Widow game, than a Punisher game. That's just me personally. We're already getting an X-Men game, so I'm not even worried about that. I'm just not sold on a Punisher. But, you know, you want to give me Doctor Strange, yeah. But Street Levelers, like Hawkeye, Green Arrow, I think that would be dope. Fantastic Four. I'm surprised you didn't immediately say Cloak and Dagger. Captain is always on the Cloak and Dagger representing. Green Arrow would be sexy to play as? That's crazy work. Gooning over Green Arrow is outrageous. Detroit Become Human 2. Flash at 30 FPS. A Magneto game. A villain game would be interesting. A game from the perspective of a villain. Depending on how they do that, that could be fun. Obviously, Suicide Squad tried that. Didn't quite work. But a different villain type of game, you know, maybe a Doctor Doom, or maybe a Legion of Doom game, you know. Iron Fist with Arkham. I want Iron Fist with non-Arkham combat. If we're doing an Iron Fist game, I would rather have combat be like Sifu. I feel like everyone defaults to the Arkham combat, which is fine. You know, the games are a classic, but I want some evolved combat beyond Arkham. Spawn, now we're talking. It's been a long time since we had a Spawn game. We definitely could use a new one. Isn't a Flash game impossible to make? Nothing is impossible to make. There is no game character that you can't make a game out of. A solid game in the style of Stellar Blade. Now we're cooking. Shift up, get on that. Have I tried any mobile games lately? I've not played a mobile game in like 6 years. The superhero game that I really want, this might be controversial, but I feel like the best possible superhero game we could get for like the people who want like kind of a multiplayer superhero experience would be a non-Marvel or DC game. I feel like if we go away from Marvel and DC for this game, it would turn out better because they wouldn't have to, you know, they wouldn't have to rely on any of these guidelines. They could kind of just do whatever they want. Like a AA, like a open world survivalist game where this is my vision. Walk with me. So it's an original IP. It's a superhero game. Like Power World, what Power World did for Pokemon, this would do it for superheroes. So you have recognizable characters. So you have all different kinds. You can create your own hero, all your power sets. So if you want to be Superman, you can basically be Superman. You know, if you want to be Flash, you can be Flash, whatever. And your servers are basically your own city. You have your own city that you can protect. You can, you know, build out a base like, you know, like any good survival game. You have crimes. You have some story stuff. you have random encounters, and you basically build up yourself as a hero or potentially as a villain, you know, depending on what you want to do. And then you have world events where you can always go to other people's servers, basically their cities, to help them out, fight crime. And they have these world events where maybe it'll be like an alien invasion, and then like the whole community will come together for this one goal of stopping this force, like kind of how they do with the Helldivers 2 community with their community goals. I feel like that game would be crazy. Like that would be the game we would, like, everyone's like, you have people like, oh, if only we had a Marvel's Avengers 2 that's done right, or oh, if only we had a new updated DCUO, or you know, whatever. I feel like if you go away from Marvel and DC and make that game, that'll be bigger than all of those potential ones. Sounds like DCUO, but with much better combat. Visuals would not be like ultra realistic. They would be more like, you know, animated, cartoony, which would definitely help with the technical requirements. So maybe more in the style like a Marvel Rivals type of vibe, where they look cool, but they're not ultra, we're trying to be super sweaty realistic, because I feel like that's a waste of money, to be honest. If the gameplay and everything like that is amazing, no one's going to care if it looks like an Unreal 5 tech demo. We have 15 games, we have a new IP. Why some of these AAA games take an entire console generation to make? Because the industry's changed. So sometimes what happens is you'll have some games that just have bad leadership. So like the case with Redfall. In the case of Redfall, you had a studio, Arcade Austin, who's known for making immersive single-player games. Prey. Then you had a parent company come in, ZeniMax, and say, okay, you don't make immersive single-player Sims anymore. Now you make live service slop. Go do that. And obviously, the devs did not want to make live service slop. And on top of that, they didn't have good leadership, even directing them on what the live service slop should be. So they lost 70% of their staff that worked on the original Prey games. And then they were like, okay, well, we gotta spend time hiring new people and trying to get this game out. Like AAA, because of the size of some AAA studios, games just take longer because you have so many cooks in the kitchen. If you have like hundreds of people working on a game, nothing gets done. Like everything's got to go through committees and approvals, and you got your special interest groups that have to get their insight. Like it's like games came out faster. It's not even just a technology thing. They came out faster and more efficiently when you had less people. Like if you have 100 people or less working on a game, you're going to get more stuff done, as opposed to if you have like 800 people working on one game. It's like, it's going to be a disaster, more likely. You're not going to get the best possible quality. That's why I think more AAA games should have like be less ambitious in that, and focus more on efficiency. Like have smaller teams working on smaller scale games, and don't try to make everything look like an Unreal 5 tech demo. You know, like if your graphics are like 10-15% worse, it's fine. Like you don't need insane graphic fidelity where every pore and you can see all the beads of sweat. You don't need all that. Like, if the graphics are decent and you have really good art direction, it doesn't matter. Like, Arkham Knight, 8 years old, over 9 years old probably now, and it still looks really good because of the art direction and the lighting. Like, if you look at the faces, yeah, then you can tell, okay, this is definitely a little clap. You know, it's an older game. But for the most part, especially just looking at the game and the world, it still holds up because they had the great art style, and the great art direction, and the great lighting. So you don't need to go ultra fidelity because gamers don't care at the end of the day. Rise of the Ronin just looks like a bad game. like I think it graphically that it just looked bad. I think that was the problem. Like, it wasn't even just like, it didn't have an interesting looking art style, and it just looked bad. So that's what I think it turned a lot of people off. And gameplay wise, I heard it was fine. You know, a little derivative, but you know, ultimately fine. I don't know if it failed necessarily, but it definitely wasn't like a big hit. But I think I think it just didn't look great. I think that turned people off. Like, if you're not going to have the Unreal 5 tech demo, like, have an interesting art direction to compensate. When is a PlayStation showcase? Maybe later in the year. That horse animation run was crazy. Insanity. Like, usually when people say, oh, that looks like a PS3 game, it's a meme. In this case, it definitely looked like a PS3 game. 100%. Like, you don't want to go that far down when it comes to the graphics. Because the problem is, the art style was realistic. It just looked bad. Like, they didn't go for like a cartoony or anime type of look. They didn't go cell shade or anything like that. They went for a realistic. It just looked bad. Iron Fist game with Forspoken and Arkham, that's a crazy combination. Forspoken and Arkham combat combined for an Iron Fist game, that is a wild combo. That's insane. That is an insane combo. You think if we don't get the unannounced, the third EA game? Yeah, probably. If we don't, yeah, I think if we don't hear anything about the third EA Marvel game this year, it's probably canceled. Because usually something at least would leak by now. Like, last time I talked to Jeff Grubb, he said he hadn't heard anything. I asked him about any unannounced Marvel stuff, and he said he hadn't heard anything about the EA Marvel thing, and that it was just like a situation where it's like so early that they hadn't even picked a game yet. They haven't even picked like a hero yet. So if that hasn't changed this year, then maybe it's just canceled. Got your snack ready for a state of play? I could use a snack. I don't have one. How do leakers get info? Depends. Some people like literally work at these places and they just leak it themselves. Obviously, the worst kinds are the hackers who just hack into the companies. You have data miners who are able to access the public client, and the company didn't do a good job of hiding the stuff they didn't want shown off, so they're able to pick it out through data mining. But if we're talking about people like Jeff Grubb, they have people who work at these places who slide them information. they build relationships in the industry, and people share anonymously inside information. Like, hey, yeah, I work at such and such, and I heard that there's a state of play happening or some kind of PlayStation event happening in May. And Jeff Grubb's like, okay, cool. And then he'll come out and say, hey, I just heard there's a PlayStation event happening in May. I don't know if it's a state of play or a showcase, but that is what I'm hearing, is that it is a event of some sort happening in May. And that's how you get this. A lot of Detroit Become Human love. Yeah, we don't support the hacking. Like, if you're the Jeff Grubb stuff where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to give you some info, you know, oh, there's a PlayStation event happening here, or I think that's fine. But yeah, the hacking stuff is unacceptable. What I think of Cindy Moon in the game, I don't think she's in the game now. I mean, they introduced her, but we only got to see the back of her head. You know, Silk is a fun character. Obviously, they're going to have to significantly change some stuff from the lore to make her work in the Insomniac game with the interpretation they seem to be going with as a potential stepsister for Miles. But 3 playable spider heroes are fun. I prefer Gwen if they want to do that. But 3rd spider hero is fine. But yeah, they're definitely going to have to alter the place, her comic book origin substantially to make it work in the Insomniac game. For sure. I don't know, maybe they alter it to make it so that her and Miles are a thing. I mean, but poor Haley. So, I don't know if they go that route. The comic origin of Cindy Moon is that she was bitten by the same spider as Peter. So she has similar powers, except her spider sense is stronger, but harder to control. But because they were bitten by the same spider, there's some weird pheromone thing going on. So every time her and Peter are near each other, they have an uncontrollable urge to have adult playtime together. So obviously, can't put that in the Insomniac game. They also, yeah, they didn't include her in the Spider-Verse movies as well. Possibly for similar reasons. That many Peters in one place would have been a problem. They're just wrestling. They're play fighting. They're play fighting, chat. I'm trying to see if there's any leaks or any updates about the PlayStation State of Play, but pretty much my entire timeline is about politics. Even IGN is tweeting about Trump. Holy. How brutal could Green Goblin be in Spider-Man 3? I hope he's more brutal than Norman Osborn has been. Norman Osborn, I made a video about this. Norman Osborn, I feel like, has been a little too soft in Spider-Man's universe so far, for the Insomniac universe so far. Because it's clear they're setting him up to be the Green Goblin, but I feel like he's not Norman enough. Like, even at the end of Spider-Man 2, it felt like they just needed him to be mad at Spider-Man. It didn't really feel like organic. Like, it didn't work properly. Because the way they decided to end it. Like, they saved Harry. He just ended up in a coma. But because he was in a coma, which means they can save him, he hates them now and wants to go to his enemy, Dr. Octavius, to find his secret identity. Like, it just looked weak. It was a weak sauce to me. Like, I feel like Norman's not enough of an op. Will I react to the Xbox Showcase? Like I said earlier, I cover all of the major game events on the channel, even Xbox. Then it feel pretty forced, and I think that's because they originally had like a different direction they wanted to go in. I think I read that originally they were supposed to have Peter be forced to kill Harry, and Norman was a witness to it, and that made him hate Spider-Man. King Brown coming through with the 5. What are your thoughts about Insomniac fleshing out an MMO right before our eyes, starting with Spider-Man, now moving over to Wolverine? I wouldn't describe it as an MMO, but I like the world building they've done with their little Insomniac universe. You know, you got Daredevil in there, you got Luke Cage, you got Doctor Strange and Wong. Now you're bringing in Wolverine and all the stuff that's going to come with that, which we won't talk about. So they've got some interesting stuff cooking. Yeah, I feel like Spider-Man hasn't really captured the Norman. Like the Norman right now, I don't think would make a believable Green Goblin. Like, they have to do some major changes to the character, I feel like, to make him more believable as like a Green Goblin. Because I don't feel like he's too nice. He's not. No, he's not about. He just doesn't stand on business like I would want. He was so passive in the whole Kraven symbiote conflict. Think of it. Like, he makes the symbiote. Like, he gives Harry the symbiote to save his life, and then off screen they figure out a way to make it bond with him in a way that heals his illness, or at least keeps it at bay. Then he loses it. Spider-Man ends up with it, and Norman doesn't do anything except cry at his desk and wait for a miracle. Like, tries to find an alternative method, tries to find any other method. He doesn't try to get the suit back. I thought what was going to happen is Norman was going to hire Kraven to hunt Peter to get the symbiote back, and then things would go crazy because he wouldn't be able to control Kraven, because Kraven, they're mercenaries as well. That's how I thought it was going to play out. Or at least Norman would use his own resources to track down the symbiote himself. So you'd have Kraven's forces, and then you'd have like early versions of Norman Green Goblin tech chasing down Peter, trying to track the symbiote to get it back. But Norman does nothing the whole time. He just sits there. I thought it would have been way more interesting if Norman got more active in the story to try to get the symbiote back. Maybe at some point he even gets the symbiote and goes on a rampage trying to get it back from Kraven. Like, something. Like, he just sat there the whole time, and then at the end they're like, oh, now he's gonna be like Green Goblin. Like, no, bro. Like, I don't believe it. Oh man, Spider-Man saved my son's life. Even though he was about to destroy the world, he's just in a coma right now, which I have the technology to potentially wake him up from. But despite that, I'm going to go to the raft and try to get his secret identity because I hate him. Like, no, bro, I felt that was like the weakest part of the game, to be honest. I felt like he was totally underutilized, and it kind of hurt the transition to Spider-Man 3. Yeah, what if that Goblin, that is why they played out Carnage? Real talk, no Diddy on the poll. Good job. Definitely no Diddy. We got about 30 minutes until the state of play. We're getting closer. It's about to go down. We'll see if the predictions came through. Specifically, we have 26 minutes until the state of play. 26 minutes, officially. Spider-Man 3 is going to have to do some heavy lifting for Norman's character, 100%. Like, if they don't address it in DLC, then I feel like they're going to have to do like a similar thing in Spider-Man 2, where they had to spend like the first chunk of the game building up Harry Osborn's character. Because we didn't really get much of him in Spider-Man PS4 or Miles Morales. So they had to like show, okay, well, because we're going to make him Venom, we got to show you Peter and him have this like really tight relationship to make the change like hit. And I feel like that could be tricky because they also have to introduce Cindy potentially. So I don't know if they're going to do that in DLC. Probably not. So I don't know. So I don't want the game, and the Spider-Man 2 already had issues with like, feeling rushed. So I don't want to, so maybe they just do a two-parter. Like, cause I don't want the game to be rushed again. But because if you're going to bring in a third spider hero, you got to establish her. Then I feel like you got to build up Norman properly to make him a believable Goblin. You would like to see them use both designs in third Spider-Man, have him start out with the glider, Super have him become the big ultimate Green Goblin. DLC would build his character like they did for Yuri. That's the thing, because I don't think they're going to do that in the DLC. I think it's going to be Carnage. I think it's going to be really, the big thing is going to be Carnage. But yeah, ideally, I would want to build them up in DLC. Or maybe if they're, depending on if they're doing a spinoff, like if they do a Venom spinoff game, maybe that's when you try to. But then I feel like people are going to just want to, if they get a Venom spinoff game, they're going to mainly want to play as Venom. But then maybe you try to introduce Cindy and Norman somehow into all that. Who knows? But I definitely think they need some better build up. What do you think will happen to Spider-Man 2 multiplayer? I don't know anything about a multiplayer DLC. I know the Great Wet was canceled, and I expect it to stay that way. I'm not expecting any Spider-Man multiplayer at all. Is going to say, isn't Spider-Man 3 going to all depend on the DLC? In a way, like they already established what's going to happen. They already set that up in Spider-Man 3, at the end of Spider-Man 2. So they don't need the DLC for that unless they're going to incorporate Carnage into Spider-Man 3 in some way. But I feel like realistically, the Carnage DLC would be used to set up the Venom spin-off game. Because the end of Spider-Man 2 pretty much set up everything we need going forward for Spider-Man 3. I just think they didn't do a good enough job with Norman. What if Harry somehow dies in a coma and then he really blames Spider-Man? Yeah, maybe he gives him, because they're injecting him with the Goblin formula. That was at the end. So maybe he injects him with the Goblin formula and he has a bad reaction and doesn't survive. Then he gets mad and blames it on Spider-Man because he's like, if it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened. He wouldn't have been in a coma in the first place. Then he gives himself the formula and Goblin's out. How are we feeling if Venom gets announced here? I don't think Venom gets announced here. It would be amazing. I think the Venom game is like saved for a PlayStation showcase. Like maybe they have a PlayStation showcase in the fall, like I mentioned before, and they have like Wolverine and Venom there, and then they have the PS5 Pro, Ghost of Tsushima 2, the Horizon stuff. That makes more sense. If they're not, because this doesn't feel like it's, based on the leaks and what I'm hearing, this doesn't sound like it's going to be that kind of state of play. So they probably would want to save some stuff for the showcase if they want to go that route. Because they got, if they're going to have a showcase, they got to have at least 40 minutes worth of reveals. Norman's out. He's going to be on 1 and 2. Think Harry's going to wake up, become the Goblin, then die, and then Norman blames Spider-Man, becomes Green Goblin himself. You don't like the fact that they made Harry Venom, not Goblin. Never felt right in your opinion. Am I getting a PS5 Pro? Maybe. I gotta see what the specs are. Yeah, personally, I wanted Harry to be the anti-Venom. I thought that made more sense than Peter being the anti-Venom. Hearing rumors of Stray 2. I would love a Stray 2. I feel like they left a lot on the table for Stray. But yeah, in terms of the Venom game, I would definitely expect that for a state of, for like an actual showcase. I think they can introduce Eddie. So Eddie is at the, last I checked, Eddie's still at the Bugle. Peter quit the Bugle, but Eddie signed the letters saying, you know, saying goodbye to Peter. And MJ quit the Bugle. So maybe, yeah, just start there. Just start the Bugle. He's taking MJ's place. Maybe they clash over a story. Who knows? Yeah, whatever you need to introduce them. Or maybe have a flashback to the symbiote invasion and have Eddie be like investigating the symbiote stuff, trying to get a big scoop for the Bugle. And then he gets himself a symbiote sample and manages to save it. They might also do the tongue thing. Like Kraven cut off Venom's tongue. And that was a thing that happened in the comics. Venom's tongue got cut off and some science nerds used it to make a Venom symbiote. I have no idea how long Spider-Man 3 is going to be. I was hoping Spider-Man 2 would be longer, but it seems like the philosophy, I don't know if that will change after the reception of Spider-Man 2, but the philosophy from Brian Intihar seemed to be to make shorter, to make games around the same length, like 17-hour-ish story. That seems to be where he wanted to go at that point. Now maybe they changed that after their experience with Spider-Man 2. I would hope so. If not, maybe, yeah, you do the two-part thing. have Spider-Man 3 Part 1. That's like around the same length of Spider-Man PS4. And then you release a Part 2. But ideally, yeah, I would want more story, especially for the Spider-Man 3. Even if it has to come out later, like take all the time, let them have all this. Sony needs to let them have all the time they need. Obviously, want to make sure they're working efficiently, but don't rush it out. Like they got plenty of stuff in the pipeline. Like I want Spider-Man 3 to have a 30-hour story, not including side stuff. Like this is the trilogy. It's the final, potentially the final entry in the trilogy. They gotta go crazy. Is Eddie Brock supposed to be? So Peter in the comics. In the comics, Eddie Brock is the anti-Venom. At one point, that's the kind of the story they altered for Spider-Man 2. In that comic run, Eddie was Venom, and then he was sick and dying. So he goes to Mr. Negative and gets himself cured by Mr. Negative's powers, but his powers react in a way with the symbiote residue in his blood and turns him into the anti-Venom. But instead, they had the anti-Venom go to Peter in Spider-Man 2 and have Mr. Negative trigger that transformation by saving him from being consumed by the symbiote. So they just did a little twist on that. Eddie Brock, currently in the Insomniac universe, is just a guy that works at the Daily Bugle right now. They get Resident Evil. We'll see. I'm skeptical about the Resident Evil thing. From what I've read, all hands on deck currently for Wolverine. What Insomniac will do is they'll have one team focus the bulk of their resources on their next game. And then they'll have some other team members branch off and start work on whatever they're going to have as a follow-up. From what they've said so far, all hands on deck right now for Wolverine, which makes sense because the cyber attack definitely put them behind. So they're going to be wanting to play catch up and make sure they can get that one out there in a timely manner. Especially if they have to make changes. Do you think it's possible we'll get Red Dead 3 information for GTA 6? Nah. It's been 3 years since the last mainstream Resident Evil game. Do you think Resident Evil 9 will be announced here? I think more likely we would get a Resident Evil Summer Game Fest announcement. What if Wolverine's rushed? I hope not. I mean, I don't think they have any reason to rush it. I think Sony would have to understand, would be patient considering what happened. But it's not like it's going to be this massive open world game. It's more linear than the Spider-Man games. So right off the bat, I know it's not going to be as long in terms of completion. You want a Thunderbolts game? Thunderbolts kill the Avengers? Live service looter shooter from Insomniac? Imagine? Holy. We getting a Ghost of Tsushima 2 trailer? I doubt it. How do you think Rocksteady can bounce back from KTJ? They cannot. It's over. It is cooked. It is done. There's no bouncing back. They're gonna finish out the season and gracefully bow out. I think they're gonna finish up the planned content they have, and then move on to the next game. I think that's gonna be that. Maybe people will get interested again when the Justice League comes back, but it depends on how they're going to implement it. People definitely aren't going to be excited about the DLC characters that are coming up. I tell you that. Deeper Depths, what up? Do I know who Bruce Venture is? I do not. You think Wolverine will have Hugh Jackman skins? Movie skins? I think definitely. Insomniac always has the movie skins. If we got the Andrew and the Tom Holland and the Tobey Maguire skins and Spider-Man plus the Spider-Verse stuff, I don't see why we wouldn't get the Hugh Jackmans and Wolverine. All they have to do is make the Justice League game, and yet here we are. Marvel's not back. What I understand is the most confusing thing about Suicide Squad to me is the cosmetic situation. Like, I understand a live service game, always online, having connection and other problems. That's whatever, that's common. I don't understand the marketplace. Like, why do they not have any skins? I don't understand. Like, Multiverse is just launched, and they have Harley Quinn and the Joker, and they have way better Harley and Joker skins than Suicide Squad does. I don't understand. They even have movie Harley. They have the Mark Hamill Batman animated Joker skin. They have the Batman Who Laughs. Like, what are they doing? I don't understand. Like, people kept calling Suicide Squad a cash grab. I'm like, how? How is it a cash grab? What cash are they grabbing? If it was a cash grab, we would have had the Heath Ledger Joker skins, the Batman Who Laughs, the Batman animated series. We would have had the Harley Quinn nurse outfit from Asylum, the Harley Quinn Arkham outfit. We would have had the Margot Robbie fits. They would have been going crazy in the marketplace. How are they a cash grab? They dropped they put Harley in a cardboard box. They got cardboard box skins, my guy. How's it a cash grab? What? What is going on over there? I don't understand. X-Men 97 on Disney, any good? It's a masterpiece. Go watch it right now. More like a cash saver. I save so much cash on not spending any money in that marketplace, for sure. The DLC is free. None of the cosmetics are interesting. I'm saving tons of money. Am I excited for Venom: The Last Dance? Not after the last Venom movie. I don't care anymore. They already fumbled. I'm out on the Venomverse. I'm out on it. After they fumbled Carnage, I'm out on it. I don't care anymore. What's up, Donnie? Show starts in 8 minutes. Yeah, I might as well just put this countdown down. The time is almost upon us. State of Play 2024. It's almost time for the moment of truth, chat. And we'll check at the end to see how accurate the list was. Thanks for everything you do to the community. Appreciate your passion and hard work. Appreciate you. Your top 3 most anticipated games of the year of 2024? I don't think they are any. That's pretty much, we pretty much had the biggest, like the rest of the ones this year is like, I guess besides the obvious Black Myth Wukong, there's really not much else, like unless you're an Xbox fan. Like you got Indiana Jones, you got I got Sparking Zero and Black Myth Wukong. I don't know if I can make a top 3, but I'm looking at pretty much Sparking Zero, Black Myth Wukong. I gotta see what else gets revealed for later this year. Maybe if Concord is really good, like maybe we see some Concord gameplay. If that blows me away, then maybe, yeah, we'll throw that on the list. But yeah, basically Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and Black Myth Wukong. Maybe First Descendants. I don't know. I wouldn't say that highly anticipated. Where Winds Meet, if they ended up surprise dropping that this year, that could be something. I'm definitely looking forward to trying that game. If that's dropping on console this year. You have a feeling Summer Game Fest will be a big showcase with tons of exciting announcements. I mean, that's Summer Game Fest every year. Didn't watch the Sparking Zero trailer yet. I've been like I'm already committed to buying Sparking Zero. I've been like avoiding seeing any more trailers. Like I saw the trailers initially, I saw the gameplay. I don't need to see any more. I just want to play the game now. I don't need to know anything else. Like I'm in that position where you already sold me on the game. I don't need to see any more. Let me know when the release date is. I'll be there. Or if there's a demo. For superhero games, who knows? I don't expect Insomniac to have anything crazy premiere-wise. I'm not expecting Blade. So realistically, Iron Man and Wonder Woman, Arkham Shadow, Marvel Rivals. I guess you could consider that a lot for superhero reveals. Imagine you get Wolverine. That would be a great surprise. $2024 is a fire year for gaming until 2025. I feel like 2024 has been a good year so far. We got some great contributions to the gaming space. Power World, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade. We're going to get Sparking Zero, Black Myth Wukong. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think it's been a really good year for gaming. Obviously, people are just glazing 2025 because of GTA 6, fair, but let's be honest, that's really why people are talking about 2025. It's GTA 6. That's really what it's about. Which would make it very funny if GTA 6 got delayed. Ghost of Tsushima 2. Two minutes. 2 minutes, chat. I hope your bodies are ready. Are you ready to be disappointed and or excited? Because you already know, no matter what happens, somebody's going to be disappointed. Just need that Spider-Man 2 DLC? Yeah. I know that's what most people are here for. It's definitely what I'm here for. I just want a good show overall. All right, 60 seconds. Holy. $60 seconds. $139,000 waiting for the premiere. Holy. It's almost time, chat. I wonder if they're going to have the premiere YouTube intro, or if they're just going to get right into it. So at the end, we'll do a comparison to see how our predictions stood out. See how many we got right on the predictions at the end. Let's go. 139 people gonna be spamming L. Oh, you already know. Like, at least half of those people are there for Spider-Man. If they don't see Spider-Man 2, they're going to be spamming L in the chat. We know how these shows work. What's up, Manuel? Welcome, welcome. All right, we're about to begin. Here we go. Birdman hands. I am ready. Three, two, one, go. If there is Spider-Man 2, it will be last. Guarantee it. If they do a Spider-Man 2 reveal, it will be the absolute last thing. They know how this works. Yeah, as soon as it goes live, I'm going to switch into theater mode. It's on IGN. We don't watch IGN over here. This is an IGN free zone. Here we go. Can you feel it? Woo! Thank you for everyone watching. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, what we got first? Oh, they pump faked us. All right, so another 30 seconds. That was the YouTube premiere. So this is the state of play one. Now it's like 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go for real! Rated M for mature. RP. This program is mature content. This is mature content. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Asad Kizilbash, Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings
Concord.
together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today
Concord, that's one.
they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette
Yeah, I've never been
introducing
more
some of the cool characters
quiet
you'll find
spot.
in the Concord galaxy. Enjoy.
Jake Shot Blast is the next spot. Get him, chat. Get him. He leaked the final shape. All right, so this is Concord. Maybe some gameplay. Finally. Crater City. I can definitely see the Guardians of the Galaxy inspiration. Immediately.
Oh, jukebox.
This might be. Hold up.
It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how
Hold
not
on,
to die.
Chad. They might have
Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back
This-
on the ship saying,
this
"Trust
might be
me,
a
we're
multiplayer
professionals.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Let's stick
game.
to the
Hold up.
plan. We can do this." And then that.
Pursuing three gunner suspects now on the run, causing downtown.
That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
Jay Shot
We
Blast
don't
would
leave
hate.
with this
The
blue
hate
light.
game was good.
We will. We will.
That's basically Star Lord.
I'll be waiting outside.
That's the Drax. That's the Gamora.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What?
Yes, this is the new Dragon Ball game.
Funny.
So this is definitely a CG trailer. I wonder if they're gonna show some gameplay.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what?
This is Concord.
I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
So that's the Drax.
Well played.
Fine. He only got one of my
He's
legs.
the
Power
tank.
those hands!
Ooh, Gamora got some fire, man. Ooh, okay.
How bad is it?
Oh,
You're still mad at me?
I don't know, chat. They might have cooked.
Lennox!
Yeah, I see some gameplay though.
One off. This is you.
I don't know. They might have cooked.
Got it!
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
I didn't see that gameplay though. Yeah. Because it's supposed to be multiplayer live service.
dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us.
So I'm wondering how they're going to make that work.
Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
But we were supposed to stick together.
If you
Yeah,
let go,
they said that this game was inspired by
Oh,
Guardians of the
look, there they
Galaxy. We can definitely see that.
I am glad you avoided
The Guardians of the Galaxy influences are definitely on their sleeve.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
And I'm
I
here
knew this
for
was
it.
gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
Well, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right, another satisfied customer.
I'm all about
Goods
Green
delivered.
Star-Lord.
Send everyone their cut.
Ooh, yeah.
So do you, like, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Ryan Reynolds from Mint Mobile coming in the wrong time.
Don't joke about something
Oh,
like
y'all get him
this.
to add. Oh. I mean, at least it's Ryan
Our
Reynolds.
next job is somewhere with less
We'll have
scaffolding.
no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long.
Gotta get that
I'd
YouTube
never feel
premium.
your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Not the yet. So we didn't get any gameplay there. But the setup, the story, the world.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord galaxy.
5v5.
In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
Here's the gameplay. So it is a first-person shooter.
Free gunning.
5v5.
It's hard work,
so it's PvP.
but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means, well, you're free.
Right on target. Yeah, you better run.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves.
Okay.
A
The graphics
chance
look
to
great.
be someone.
All right.
So they definitely held up through the cutscene. But this definitely looks like a competitive shooter.
Need a second to fix myself up.
Very Destiny. Very Destiny.
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
Yeah, Fire Gomorrah is pretty fun.
Finally.
Oh, that's 2.0.
Endless rage!
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them
Your
the
out
big
skill required?
guns.
Fair enough.
That's me.
Yeah, this definitely isn't a
This
PvE
crew
game.
will go anywhere.
So maybe they have some
Take
PvE.
any job.
Destiny might be
Face
the right
any
comparison.
enemy.
Because it seems like it's going to have story as well. I don't know if it's going to be strictly PvP though.
We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together,
Yeah, I wonder, is it going to be a straight
we're
up
going to
competitive
make
shooter?
our mark on this galaxy.
Or is it going to have story like Destiny? Because if it has story like Destiny, I think they could be onto something.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to
He
make
does
a
not look
tight,
like he wanted to be there.
well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise
I saw
visceral
that
shooting,
immediately.
and
He does
expressive
not want to be on
ability.
camera.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every match.
You want whatever game that CG trailer is supposed to be?
Leaning into the
Same.
asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding. It's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out of the way and let players find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to have impact beyond direct combat.
The CG trailer?
Deployable gear that can
Day
persist
one
throughout
buy.
a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple
gameplay
respawns across a
trailer?
match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
It's literally Overwatch.
We've got everything from mystics and medics to gunslingers
It is
and
in fact
spark
literally
robots.
Overwatch.
Every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging
looks cool.
perspectives to the crew. Every
But
week, when you log into
we already got an
Concord,
Overwatch game.
you will be welcomed with a
Marvel
new
Rivals.
cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
So at least it does have some
Why are
story.
you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd.
August 23rd, that's pretty soon. So at least it does have some story. I'll try out the beta. So pre-order start June 6th. You get the beta, and you get a beta early access for you and 4 friends. It's some cosmetics. It's going to be tough to break into that market, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. PC God of War Ragnarok. That's another one on our list, chat. We're 2 for 2 so far. 2 for 2 so far.
You seem like a calm,
Concord, God of War Ragnarok PC.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
War is coming. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
Death can happen.
God of War Ragnarok coming to the PC.
When it earns me.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
We have guests! They're too fast! Look out!
Mods galore. Oh, the mods are going to be crazy for Ragnarok. Oh no, I can only imagine. I'm already thinking about the mods they're going to do. It's going to get spooky. All the gooners are going to be doing Lady Sith mods. You already know. The Lady Sith mods are coming. Give us Spider-Man 2 already. Like I said at the top of the stream, if they do show Spider-Man 2, it will be at the very end of the broadcast.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain.
Is this Assassin's Creed Shadows?
To thievery for food.
A Megaverse? Or Where Winds
Perhaps
Meet?
this is heaven's way of lamenting
This
the
is
state
Where
of
Winds
the
Meet?
land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even
Dynasty
so,
Warriors?
someone
I
must
think that
act.
was on one of the league lists. Dynasty Warriors? Yeah, this might be Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, please avoid spamming. Do not make the mods angry. And name this hero rises. Dynasty Warriors Origins. So the Dynasty Warrior leak was legit? That's Dynasty Warriors, Concord, God of War PC. So far, the leaks are checked out. Are checking out.
was dreaming. It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
Now is this
The path of a
VR?
stylist is never easy.
PSVR 2?
So, are you ready for it? Ready. We're ready. Ready.
No, I have no idea what this is. This looks like a Jay Shock last game for sure enough. Been waiting for this? You've been waiting for this? Okay. The music sounds like Mario Odyssey. Anime Cinderella. Cinderella JRPG is not on my list. Yes, Satori's waifu fan, J-Shock class. I mean, you did say you were a Power Girl enjoyer. Campaneer is crazy. Infinity Nikki.
Is it you who pursues infinity?
Testing Q3
Or is
2024.
infinity awaiting you?
Did anyone have Infinity Nikki on their leak list? I don't think so.
Stars. Feuds. I have seen the miracles.
This I think is Where Winds Meet. I think this one is Where Winds Meet. Tips words?
Until the towering shadows.
Nope, it's a different game. No, I don't think that's Elden Ring either. What's tips
I pray
words?
for their grace.
This is a VR game?
But all that came were inferior shades.
No, it's definitely not Black Wukong.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
It looks cool.
Time. War.
It's not a VR game.
These essences shall not fall
not
into
Black
your
Wukong.
treacherous hands.
This looks dope though. So common. We got an archer.
Way with
We got different classes.
Grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above.
This looks dope.
Desolate.
Oh, I might need this one. I might need this one.
Remember, no matter
What
what
is
happens,
this?
we did not betray this world.
This is definitely not on the list. Ballad of Antara. Yeah, this was definitely not leaked though. 2025 W. That's a new one. World premiere. That looks fire. Next, Skydance's Behemoth. That's PSVR 2. So this is the PSVR. This is from Skydance. That was on the pool.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse.
I thought they might not do Behemoth because it was delayed.
But I was a fool.
From the Doves of the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
There is no hope here. And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Now you're not making that try to fly. We'll see. You'll be so pissed. Ghost of Tsushima, you should not be pissed. That's why everyone's telling you to keep your expectations in check. The odds of Ghost of Tsushima 2 being revealed here are always pretty low. It's definitely a possibility, but it was always a long shot. Once we found out it wasn't a showcase, it became a bit of a long shot.
God is immeasurable.
Thought I could be a hero.
I mean, it looks okay for a VR game, for a PSVR 2 game.
But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands.
That's the voice of Batman from Hero 1. Oh, nice.
Only monsters do.
So according to the leaks, they're supposed to do at least one more VR game. Alien VR. Alien VR is supposed to be Aliens VR is supposed to be the other VR2 game if they're going to do more than one. So this one is 20th Century Fox Survivals. I think this might be Aliens. Planetary Designation Level 3. Aliens VR. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. Aliens VR. Alien Rogue Incursion for PlayStation VR 2. All right, so that was on the list. So that one came true. That comes out in the holiday for the VR 2. It's been 20 minutes, and
hi everyone,
there's
I'm
more
Sean
than 30
Benson.
minutes of
I'm
content.
back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation, starting with a highly anticipated PvP shooter, playable soon on PS5.
Fair Games? I think this one is Fair Games. Oh, Marvel Rivals, yeah. The console reveal. Marvel Rivals is on the list, so. Here we go.
All realities converge here. Destiny awaits.
That looks crazy.
Stronger together.
Why does Thor sound so fun? So Venom, Thor reveal.
Free fire zone.
There's some more gameplay.
Insignificant attacks. Healing power.
I'm back, baby.
3, 2, 1.
But that's Adam Warlock, right?
Turns are jumping out.
Gonna get sticky.
Venom, Adam Warlock. We already saw Ella. That's Storm. Console reveal. Mommy Storm. Scarlet Witch. Venom looks crazy.
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
Console reveal? Console reveal? Closed beta on PS5. Let's go! Let's go! New beta on PS5 this July. PlayStation 5. I think this is where it wins meat. Another Navy game. Yeah, this is definitely where it wins meat. This has to be where it wins meat. This is another Navy's game. PS5 and 2. PS5 for where it wins meat? Yes, sir. Where it wins meat? PS5, PS5, PS5. Yes, sir. Where wins meat? PS5 confirmed. Let's go.
Hello, friends and fans. I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Oh, nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you're going down.
Oh!
I don't know what this one's supposed to be.
It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the break of dawn.
I feel like someone's watching us.
Oh, Astro Bot! I know what this is. Astro Bot Remake.
Let's make this one trip we will never forget.
They're doing a new Until Dawn.
Mike, Emily.
So Until Dawn Remake is on that was on the list too. So far from the list, we got the Marvel Rivals console reveal. We got
I don't want
Railway's
to make
Meat
hasty decisions that
console
get
reveal.
everyone killed.
Concord.
We should stay put
Until
right
Dawn
here
Remake.
until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
You bet Spider-Man last. I've said that like 5 times. If they show Spider-Man, it will be last. They do that at every showcase. They always do that. They always save Spider-Man till later in the show. If they show Spider-Man. So this one's coming out this fall. The remake is on PC as well. Alright, what they got next? Path of Exile 2. That was a leak game. That was one of the leaks as well. Path of Exile 2, that was another leak.
Arkham was once a peaceful land, but each day descends further into madness. Famine, plague,
so Path of Exile 2.
The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors.
We haven't seen fair games yet. I think we've gone through most of the list, the league list so far, except for the Astro Bot game. You got Where Wins Me, Until Dawn, God of War PC, Marvel Rivals, Concord.
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
So ain't pretty. So and Aliens VR. So waiting on potentially Phantom Blade Zero, some Horizon stuff, Spider-Man. Yeah, but so far, looks like no one's list was 100% accurate. Yeah, I'm not a Path to Exile fan, but I know that there are people who like this. All right, what else we got?
Excuse me.
This is Silent Hill 2?
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
You expected that?
I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
There's a Silent Hill showcase after this as well at 7.
This town, there's something wrong with it?
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
This is a Silent Hill 2 remake.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
We knew this was probably showing up because they're having a Silent Hill showcase right after this.
I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Greatest horror game ever is back. Yeah. I'll be surprised if we don't see Astro Bot 2. So far, we've only gotten like a couple unexpected games.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Get back in the horror game, scary something returning?
No,
please. Well, if you're going to get back in the horror game, Silent Hill 2 is a good starting point. And it comes out October 8th, so we got a release date, October 8th, 2024. And there's a Silent Hill transmission on YouTube right after this. Yep, figured they'd do that.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering
Monster
just
Hunter
a glimpse
Wilds.
of what's in store for their celebrated
Monster
franchise.
Hunter Wilds.
Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds, that was the other one. That was the other one on Nick's list.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great.
You bet.
Cashcom.
I hope we find them
Cashcom, you ain't doing it right now. They're going crazy.
Look.
So games have we seen from the leak list? We've covered everything except for the new Astro Bot game.
I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
From
One
the
of
leak
them's
list
got big
that Nick
spikes
dropped.
on its back.
We got some of the stuff on the other list. But we haven't got the Astro Bot game yet. Obviously, we haven't gotten anything for Spider-Man yet.
Now to lead it away from the
They already showed God
we'll
of
make
War
for the
yet.
desert.
God of War Ragnarok PC. That was our early in the show. I think that was right after Concord.
Sandstorm! Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
This looks fun. This looks fun. I think this is where I'm gonna finally jump into Monster Hunter, like full time. I'm gonna jump right in on Wilds. get a squad going. Some monsters. Right around this on your birthday, Mom? The PS5 beta? Nice, nice.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so that's Monster Hunter Wilds. That's 2025. So 2025 is GTA 6 and Monster Hunter Wilds. That's going to be a crazy year. Got another PlayStation Studios game. Which one? This is a Team Asobi. Don't know them. Oh, the Astro Bot game. The new Astro Bot game. Yep, so we got that one on the list as well. This is the new Astro Bot game. So it looks like Nick's list was completely accurate. The Nick's list. And this is like a proper open world game.
What did you say your name was?
Leave me free. I don't know, they might charge me some money for this one. I don't know if this one's gonna be free to play. Astro Bot. The first one was a nice tech demo for PS5. It was. I thought the way they utilized the DualSense was amazing. This one looks like more than a tech demo. Looks like they kind of turned up on this one. This actually looks fun. The other one was cool. This one, it looks like they really went in. PS5 Pro reveal? I don't know about that. PS5, September 6, 2024.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
State Play broadcast. This is like a recap of everything they showed so far. And that's a wrap.
PlayStation.
That is the oh, that was the same. They wrapped it up right there. No special bonus. So we ended up getting Concord, Until Dawn, new Astro game, Where Winds Meet, Alien VR, God of War Ragnarok PC, Monster Hunter Wilds, Marvel Rivals, and then they had what was that? They had that new action adventure game, look kind of like a Black Wukong type of game that's coming out in 2025. They had that Cinderella waifu game. They had Path of Exile and Dynasty Warriors. So we got we got all of Nick's list, part of the other list, and then a couple surprises thrown in there. So no Spider-Man, no Ghosts, no Metal Gear Delta, no Phantom Blade Zero. Overall, some really interesting stuff they showed off. Concord, I don't know about Concord. I don't know about Concord. Had an amazing trailer. The game itself being basically Overwatch. I don't know about that one, but I was excited about the Marvel Rivals reveal, even though I knew they were doing a console reveal. I didn't know they were going to show Venom as well, and Adam Warlock. So looking forward to that beta in July on the PS5. I'll definitely be playing that. Obviously, the Spider-Man enjoyers didn't enjoy the show because they only enjoy these shows if Spider-Man is there. But like I said earlier, if Insomniac is not there, then there's a decent chance that they'll literally just do something random, like announce it the next day. They definitely run on their own schedule. So let's see, we got let's mark these off. Which ones we got? So pretty much, yeah. So basically 1 through 8 all came true. 100% spot on. So that's another W for Nick. all those came true. I'm looking forward to that one coming out in 2025 with where the dude's got like the girl in his back. Looks kind of like a roguelite. That looked pretty fire. Obviously, we're going to be all over that Marvel Rivals PS5 beta, closed beta. Yeah, definitely be ready for Summer Game Fest. I think stuff is going down in Summer Game Fest for sure. Sony is confirmed to be at Summer Game Fest. Keep that in mind. Sony is going to be at Summer Game Fest. So if you didn't see your favorite game at State of Play, there is still Summer Game Fest. There is still Gamescom Open Night Live as well. So you still got some opportunities to see some of this other stuff. But I think realistically, Sony's going to have another event later in the year. Sony's just straight up going to have another event because we know they got to show off the PlayStation 5. We know with the PlayStation 5 Pro, we know they got to show that off. So I'm literally just expecting like another event of some kind. Maybe it ends up being another State of Play focused on the PS5 Pro. Maybe they do a proper showcase. But for sure, we're getting another PlayStation event this year. 100%. If nothing else, for that PS5 Pro reveal. And then you got all the Horizon stuff. So if they do a showcase, then that's when I think you're going to start seeing some of the more of the first party stuff. Your Marvel's Venom, your Wolverine, perhaps, Ghost of Tsushima 2. But if it's a state of play, maybe they show a couple of those things and just leave it at that and focus on the PS5 Pro. But I'm definitely expecting some kind of event later in the year. They're definitely going to be advertising that PS5 Pro. 100%. 100% that is happening. They need that. They need to show off that PS5 Pro. Whether they do that at Summer Game Fest, that's definitely a possibility. They've shown off hardware there before. But I don't know what their strategy is going to be this time around. But if I was Sony, I would rather have like my own PlayStation event where I show off the PS5 Pro than do it at Summer Game Fest. But that's just me. That definitely feels like us. Hey, we gotta show what we cooking. We gotta show the ponies and the investors what we cooking. So we do that at a showcase. But the question is, like, will they have enough for showcase? Like, if they do a showcase, I think it might be on a little bit on the shorter side. Maybe they pad it a little bit by having some talking. But I think realistically, we might get like a 40-ish minute PlayStation showcase if we have one. And maybe they dedicate like a chunk of that. They can actually make that work. Now I think about it. Because they can just do like an extended look at a different game. Like Concord will be out by then. But Fair Games is supposed to be coming out. So, you know, maybe they can do a extended demo, you know, of a PS5 Pro. And then it can be like, okay, and then, you know, here's Ghost of Tsushima 2, here's the Insomniac stuff, boom, boom, boom. And that could work. Anyone who guessed GTA 6 is out of their mind. If you thought GTA 6 was going to be at the state of play, you're out of your mind. There was literally no chance of that happening. That was never happening. GTA 6 at a state of play? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. That was ever going down. That wasn't even on my radar. I was just going up the leaks, and what was most likely, I thought, going to go and show up at an event that's mainly focused on updates for PlayStation VR stuff and PlayStation 5 stuff, maybe with a couple of surprises thrown in. But an actual like GTA 6. Absolutely no way. Let's see, I'm going to just upload this reaction real quick. Marvel Rivals. I cannot wait for that beta. A closed beta in July for PS5. It's going to hit crazy. And Venom looks so. I knew Venom was coming, but I didn't know they were going to show him today. me see. Let me just finish this video real quick. I know, I literally called this before too. I was like, if they don't show Spider-Man, there's going to be a lot of L's in the chat. Everybody want to see Spider-Man. But it's Insomniac, I said, Insomniac likes to do things on their own terms. They literally did this earlier in the year. Everyone thought they were going to have the state of play where they're like, hey, we got the New Game Plus update. We had 2 state of plays. Insomniac ain't show up by either one of them. And then like the day after the second state of play, they dropped the trailer. They dropped the full update. Yeah, it was all the info. So Insomniac is gonna reveal it when they're good and ready. I respect it. It's always disappointing, but bigger picture, we still got time. It's not the end of the world. Eventually, we'll get the reveal. There's still plenty of things for the ponies to look forward to. And I'm definitely looking forward to Rivaling in July. That is going to be lit. All right, let me upload this video real quick. Marvel Rivals reaction. And here we go. Then in 10 minutes, there's going to be the Silent Hill thing, if anyone wants to see the Silent Hill thing. That's going to be an interesting one. Let's see. All right. Everything's good to go. All right. Publish on that bit. Boom. Video was up. Marvel Rivals reaction. Let me just post this to the community tab. We out here rivaling. Almost done. Let me get back to chat raging about Spider-Man. Any event that makes me scream, I consider that a good event. That's my standard. If at any point I yell in excitement, I consider that a W. That's my standard. All right, video is up on the channel. If you want to catch that. Drop it right there. All right, so we got to add the rest of the reveals. So we got the first 8. We can cross these out. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Origins, Infinity, Nikki. The waifu game that Jay Shocklast is very excited about. Ballad of Antara. That game actually looks kind of fire. Ballad of Antara. Behemoth. VR2. Model Rivals, Let's Meet Until Dawn. I think that was all. I think that was literally all of them. Oh yeah. Path of Exile. So, all right. So the predictions that came true: Concord, Until Dawn, new Astro Bot game, Where Winds Meet, got the PS5 reveal, Alien VR, God of War Ragnarok PC, Monster Hunter Wilds, Marvel Rivals, Venom, Adam Warlock reveal, and the PS5 closed beta announcement. They had Dynasty Warriors Origins, Infinity Nikki, Ballad of Antara, Behemoth for PSVR 2, and Path of Exile. That was the 2024 State of Play roundup. Ended up being 13. Unless I'm missing something. I think that was everything. Yeah, I was not expecting a Five Nights at Freddy game. That wasn't on my radar at all. Oh yeah, I forgot Silent Hill 2. I forgot because they were having an event like literally right after that. So Silent Hill 2. Oh, so there it is. Final list. So final list: Concord, Until Dawn, new Astro Bot game, Where Winds Meet, Alien VR, God of War Ragnarok PC, Monster Hunter Wilds, Marvel Rivals, Dynasty Warriors Origins, Infinity Niggy, Ballad of Antara, Behemoth, Path of Exile, and Silent Hill 2. So that was the state of play. You're not part of the problem. You love Spider-Man 2. You just don't cry every chance you get because you didn't get the DLC. Exactly. Like, yeah, I love the Insomniac Spider-Man games. That's why I even said, like, Insomniac releases things when they're good and ready to release things. Like, that's why I brought up the New Game Plus. Like, people were hounding them for months about the New Game Plus update. Obviously, things got delayed because of the cyber attack. I was like, yep, they're going to announce it when they're getting ready to announce it. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. They skipped 2 state of plays. They could literally 2 state of plays. They skipped both of them and announced the New Game Plus release date the day after the second state of play. So Insomniac works on their own schedule. They're not interested in having to stick with showcases. They'll use them when they feel like need to. But yeah, Insomniac knows that if they just tweet out the Spider-Man 2 DLC trailer, it'll get the same amount of traction. They don't need to showcase. That's right. This is the final list for the state of play. This is the final list for the state of play. They're definitely mainly focused on Marvel's Wolverine. Spider-Man 3 is still years away. Their priority would definitely be the DLC, which I'd assume has already been made. That's usually how DLC is done. That's like baked in before launch in most cases, if they're planning on doing that. And then they have the actual next game on their lineup is Wolverine. So that's where most of their development resources will be going to. With so they'll have, so if the DLC is coming, it will have already been done. And now we're just waiting for them to announce it. And then, so they have a small team working on Spider-Man 2, making sure the game works. They're doing patches and everything like that. And then they have their bulk of their resources focused on Marvel's Wolverine, trying to get that out. Marvel Rivals is coming to Xbox and PlayStation. They're doing this in pieces. So once again, they're still in like the beta period. They're not ready for launch yet, so they're still doing testing. So for the closed alpha test that they did last time, it was just for PC, mainly North American servers. So now for the upcoming closed beta tests, that's going to be just PS5. And then I'm assuming they're going to have one for Xbox. And then eventually they're going to have one for everybody so they can test crossplay. And then they'll be ready to release the game. You missed state of play? Yes, you did. This is the full list of games that ended up getting revealed. The highlighted ones are what we got via leaks from other sources. And then I think so. I'll just highlight all the ones that were leaked, that leakers guessed. So Dynasty Warriors, Path of Exile was part of the leaks. Silent Hill 2, pretty much everyone expected at the beta because they're literally having Silent Hill 2 transmission right after that. So the ones, and I expected Behemoth. as potentially a PSVR 2 game. So the ones that caught people by surprise were Infinity Nikki and Ballad of Antara. Those are the ones that caught people by surprise. Yeah, fighting over a video game not getting shown at a showcase is crazy. It's honestly not that deep. Eventually, you'll get the DLC, you'll play it. I'm sure someone's going to complain about it being woke or whatever, but it is what it is. It's not that deep. It's promise you not that deep. So I enjoyed the show. I had some stuff pop up that I wasn't expecting. Concord took me for an emotional roller coaster. So I'm still not sold on Concord yet, but I'll try it out. Maybe I'll try out the beta. But I don't know. Like when I thought it looked like a Guardians of the Galaxy game, but then I remember, okay, it's still a looter. It's still like a multiplayer live service, and basically just being like an Overwatch type of game. I'm just like, I don't know. Like if it was, I really hope that they like lean in really hard with some like narrative stuff like Destiny does, because I don't know. I don't know about that one. Like summertime, we got Black Myth Wukong, we got First Descendants, we got Marvel Rivals in July. Like I don't know about Concord. We'll see. But appreciate everyone for hanging out. Another banger stream. Subscribe if you're new. I'll keep everyone up to date on anything that pops up. I'm sure we'll be getting some more. We're going to get a lot of news soon. It is officially E3 season. What used to be E3 season. So Insomniac will probably say something sooner rather than later. We have Summer Game Fest in I think a week, literally a week. They got Xbox Showcase, Ubisoft Showcase. Eventually we'll have Gamescom Open Night Live. There's going to be a lot of stuff popping off in the next couple of weeks. So I'll keep y'all up to date. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing out.